concerned about the budget, this year's allocated budget, especially when it comes to the budget for the Ministry of Youth and Sport, and then at the same time the allocation for health and other departments. But first, I'll start with the Minister of Youth and Sport. As a young person and a ministry that we know is like responsible to coordinate and monitor and then lead the affairs of young people in this country. And we've been crying for over these past years, since from the past previous regime up to now, for the allocation of the budget for the young Minister of Youth and Sport to be increased to a level whereas young people will not be having problem with when it comes to implementing our programs or building our infrastructures. Many a times when we cry for that, the government authorities always used to tell us that the budget is it will reflect on other ministries, line ministry. Sometimes they will say the budget for health, for education, or for budget for other ministries are also capturing young people. But for us, what we want and what we have been advocating for is we want our ministry to be well respected as they always say. It is the young people are the future leaders. If we are serious enough to create a line ministry that is going to address the challenge and aspiration of young people of this country, I think there should be more emphasis given to that ministry, whereas that ministry can able to function as a priority sector in this country, because we have a lot of challenges facing young people. And for me, I think maybe the budget for other ministries should be channeled through the Ministry of Youth and Sport, so that the Ministry of Youth and Sport and able to work with those ministries to implement those programs if they are actually youth-related programs. But I don't think it should be the other way around, whereas youth budget should be sent to other line ministries, and then at the same time government convincing us that the budget for ministry is not only this amount, but it's more than this, because we capture in the Ministry of Education or on the Ministry of Agriculture or Higher Trade and no, we want the Ministry of Youth and Sport to have that budget that it requires to have, so that we can able to implement our programs, we can able to support youth initiatives. Young people are dying at the sea, young people are here strangled without no proper employment, young people are here without no sporting infrastructures, young people are having talents, they don't have counseling centers or hubs to go and build up their talents. All what you see is donor fatigue. There is no money, there is no the budget is tight. So for me, I felt like this 2024 budget should have been the other way around, whereas what we have been crying for, the Ministry of Youth and Sport should have that budget that it wants or that it needs to able to carry on its function as a very important ministry, as a ministry that can able to change the narrative of this country. And we have young people who are willing to give all their support. But if the funding is not there, if the resources is not there, it's going to be a challenge, because you cannot be a head of a ministry and then you want to address the problem of people who are outside there, and they are not even convinced that you have the muscle, you have the power. You have to go and beg other ministries to able to implement your programs. So I think that is a serious thing that the ministry has to be taken serious. The budget for the Ministry of Youth and Sport has to be looked into, and I think this has to, there should be an end to this. We cannot come here every year crying for budget for the Ministry of Youth and Sport, for its budget to be increased, or for it to be to at least able to cater for the young people. We are not asking for much. If you see what other ministry or other department or what they are allocating to them, and you check the priority of this country today, you check the population size, you check the people who are the most vulnerable, compared to, if we are saying young people, we are not only talking about boys, we are talking about girls, we are talking about women, we are talking about the future leaders and children for that matter. So we want this to be well understood, that we are not here trying to bully or trying to push an agenda of a particular ministry, but we as young people, we've been crying for this since over and over. Anytime we go for any NECO program or we go to any consultative program, it's have been an issue that we have been crying for, and we are still seeing every time it's repeating itself. In fact, the saddest part is when it goes to assembly, it got sliced. Every time when it goes to the assembly, instead of it being increased, we see like other ministries, maybe they get their share, and then the Ministry of Youth and Sport is neglected. For the simple fact that they are saying it is connected with other ministries, so the budget there is not actually the real budget. But we are confused. We want to see this to reflect on our own budget. Let other ministry come and knock on our doors. It should not be like we go and going to knock on the doors of other ministry and we have our own budget that we need to work on. So that's my take on that side.